I am so grateful to be here today. My name is Sulma Arsu Brown, and I am the human being that God used as a vessel to create this incredible space called Storyland. In the secular world, I'm known as the executive director. But this is the very first children's book lounge and literacy hub in the entire, I think, New York State area. Our vision is to see children grow, loving to read one dope book at a time. All right, can everybody say one dope book at a time? One dope book at a time. That's all it takes, right? But this was not done alone. I had the guidance of so many people like Misha Porter, mentors, support like Stephanie Ariola, the person who oversees the whole Bronx Terminal Market, Janet Jimenez, and all those people that you see on that wall, that mural there, are all the real human beings that made sure everything from the chairs you are sitting on to the carpet you are stepping on to all the desks, the books got donated so that we can open this space up in record time. We are very, very new. We've been open since November of 2024. Since then, we've seen almost 1,000 children walk through this door. We have an incredible program called the Class Trip Program, which consists of 5 components. Kids come through this door, we applaud them and escort them onto this beautiful, magical red carpet. We do mindful movement exercises with them. We make sure that they know that they are beautiful. We affirm their intelligence and their brilliance. We soon introduce them to an author. We read the book. We go into a breakout session directly related to a book. We had a magnificent author, Monique Duncan of Jamaican descent, come here. She lives in the community. Right? And the breakout session, because her book was called Freedom Braids, we taught boys, both boys and girls, how to braid hair. Not only that, but children in the Bronx can anywhere can read hungry or can study hungry. So we make sure we give them a complimentary lunch. There's more. We also make sure that they walk out with one dope book, autographed by the author that was here today. And this, thank you. This holistic approach is how we make sure that our kids understand that we see them, that we believe in them, and that it reassures us because we're so hands-on that our future, when we're older and older and more mature, I know black don't crack, but we do sometimes, but we feel much better. I feel much better as I grow into senior citizenship in the future. Based on the kids that I see here, they are going to do well by us. Speaking of being seen, a couple of years ago, I was honored by New York State Comptroller DiNapoli, Daniel Jones recommended me for the honor. I was recognized during Hispanic Heritage Month because I'm a proud Garifuna, Afro-Latina woman, born in Honduras and raised in the South Bronx. But when I got that recognition, my family came with me. My husband's always supporting him. Mo Brown, give it up for Mo Brown. Our friends from the Asian community came with us, from the Caribbean community, from the white community, and support. So New York State Comptroller, you really truly see the diversity that exists within New York, and you honor each and every one of us. That was a big, big deal for me and my family and my entire community, and it still is. It is such an honor to have you in this space, and I'd like to tell everybody a little bit more about you. All right, please help me welcome New York State Comptroller Thomas P. DiNapoli, a lifelong public servant, a tireless advocate for fairness, transparency, and an opportunity for all New Yorkers. From being elected to his local school board at just 18, wet behind the ear, to serving 20 years in the state assembly, and now as the state chief financial officer, Comptroller DiNapoli has spent his entire career fighting for good government and responsible leadership. He manages one of the largest public pension funds in the nation and oversees the financial well-being of state and local agencies with integrity and accountability. Integrity and accountability. Now on his 17th year as New York State Comptroller, he remains the most trusted, the most respected voices, not just in New York State government, but across the entire nation. As a proud immigrant, as a proud son of immigrant roots, inmigrantes como mi mamá y mi papá que están aquí también, y mi madrina, New York State Comptroller DiNapoli has made it a priority to uplift diverse communities across New York, including a deep and continued commitment to the state's vibrant Caribbean diaspora. Any Caribbeans in the house? This is our guy. This is our guy. Please join me in welcoming him to this podium as the host of this evening's 11th annual OSC Caribbean Heritage Recognition Reception. Welcome to Storyland.
Thank you. Don't go away. Don't go away.
Oh, don't go away.
How's that for an introduction, right? Sulma, thank you so much for allowing us in this beautiful space, for sharing. I didn't realize it was since, what'd you say, November of 2024?
That's right.
I mean, and how many young people came through already?
1,000.
1,000. Did you hear that? Wow. I mean, this is just incredible. Storyland, Book Haven, literacy, helping children open their minds and their hearts and giving them dreams about possibilities. I mean, it's just incredible. And what a beautiful spirit, right? Don't you feel it right here? Soma, thank you so much, and for everything you do, certainly empowering our young people particularly, and really coming up with such an innovative program, such a welcoming space. You know what? I wish we had Storyland Book Havens everywhere. Maybe let this be the first, right? More to come, right? Now, since we did already honor you once before, we have to give you something else. Not as big as what we're giving our honorees, what we gave you a few years ago, but we have to give you a little token of our respect and affection and esteem. Thank you so much for having us be with you. Thank you. A shout out to Mo, who we lost for a while, but we found him.
We found my baby.
And Mom and Dad are here as well.
Yes.
Give them a round of applause as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Give it up again for Sulma Arzu Brown. Thank you so much. What a privilege it is to be with you once again, and I can't believe it was back in 2015 that we honored you at Hispanic Heritage, and your team here as well. Give it up again for Storyland Book Haven. Really an incredible program. Happy Caribbean Heritage Month. This is a national recognition, and we're very, very proud to play a small part. As you know, we always do cultural heritage events, and certainly recognizing the contributions of the Caribbean community is a very, very important part of our effort. I certainly want to thank particularly our Intergov team, Aaron Stevens, Daniel Jones. Give them a round of applause and their team for bringing this together. I also want to acknowledge Nancy Hernandez, who's our Deputy for Diversity. She organizes the programs in Albany. But Nancy, thank you for coming down. And your roots are where? And where? The Bronx. She almost forgot about the Bronx. But this is really a chance for us to really celebrate those diverse cultures that span all across the Caribbean islands, each with their own rich traditions of art, music, food, so much to celebrate. Speaking of food, that's quite a table of delicious things we have back there, right? So I hope you've all had the chance to enjoy some of those refreshments supplied tonight by Caucus Fusion, owned by Erica Martinez. Erica's here. Give her a round of applause, please. And we had wonderful music, DJ Super J. Give him a round of applause. Thank you, DJ Super J. I really appreciate your patience. You know, we started a little later. Traffic, I know for me, coming from Manhattan was tough. And as many of you probably heard, there was an accident, so many of the trains were stopped. I don't know if they started again. So thank you for your patience, but we didn't want to start until we had all of our honorees here. This is our 11th annual Caribbean Heritage Month celebration. We enjoy the opportunity to come together to not only celebrate Caribbean heritage broadly, but also to recognize individuals who make a difference in our community. And I think that's so very, very important. And our honorees this evening are very, very special individuals indeed. You are all very special, and I appreciate all of you being here, community leaders, labor leaders, business leaders. I do want to acknowledge two of our colleagues in government who are here as well, representing Public Advocate Jumaane Williams. Gina Williams is here. Give her a round of applause. And another good friend from the mayor's office, Michael Garner, who does so much to promote opportunities for women and minority-owned businesses. Michael, thank you for being with us and always being a wonderful, wonderful partner. So we have these very special individuals we're going to be honoring, but I also want to take the opportunity to just remind us all just how for so many decades the Caribbean community has contributed so much to New York, really to our nation as well. We see incredible representation of the Caribbean American community, so many great leaders, just to name a few of the great names of our history. Former Secretary of State Colin Powell, from the Bronx also, as I recall, right? Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm, right? Civil rights activist W.E.B. Du Bois, right? The prolific actress, I had the privilege to meet her on more than one occasion over the years, the late Cicely Tyson, and basketball legend Patrick Ewing as well. You just think of all the fields of endeavor in business, in sports, entertainment, government, really incredible. And think of some of the great contemporary leaders that we have. Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, who we honored at one of our celebrations a few years ago. New York City Public Advocate Jumaane Williams, who we also honored at one of our Caribbean Heritage events in the past. Ambassador, most recently, to Jamaica, former Assemblyman, my former colleague in Albany, Nick Perry, current State Senator Roxanne Persaud. These are just a few of the names of Caribbean Americans who are in leadership roles, making a great difference in our history and certainly in our city and our state today. I also benefit in my team from having a strong representative from the Caribbean American community as part of the Office of State Comptroller. Our Deputy Comptroller, Erin Stevens, Barbados roots right there. Danielle Jones, who you know, Barbados and Jamaican roots. Alethea Williams from the Intergov team, Trinidad. Our Director of Statewide Engagement and former Assembly member, Diana Richardson, St. Martin and Aruba. In our New York City office, my assistant, Lisa Belk-Lewis, Trinidad. And Kareem Adine Hassan came down from Albany. He's got Bronx roots also. He's our Deputy Controller for Human Resources, Jamaican roots. So I'm sure I have others in the team, but those are folks who are part of the management team, and I certainly wanted to give them a shout out. This is the first celebration for Caribbean Heritage that we're doing here in the Bronx, and I think it's significant that we're here. The Bronx is a borough that certainly faced many challenges. We've done economic snapshots and reports on the Bronx, and we have shown the great resilience of the Bronx. Great and significant economic growth, particularly coming out of the COVID, the recovery that we've seen in the Bronx. We hosted an event with Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson a year and a half ago, maybe so. And really just so many great things happening in the Bronx. And let's acknowledge the Caribbean community being a key part of the economy and the community of the Bronx. So give it up for Caribbeans here in the Bronx. Keep in mind that we are celebrating all immigrants. I think that's important for us all to do. In 2023, immigrants made up over a third of the population in the Bronx, with more than half coming from the Caribbean. So again, a very, very strong community in each and every way. And certainly here in the Bronx, I mentioned some leaders, some others very close to home here in the Bronx. Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie, Bahamas roots. Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson, who I just mentioned, Trinidad and Tobago roots. Council Member Kevin Riley, Jamaican roots. someone of history, probably should have mentioned in the earlier list, Malcolm X, Grenadian roots as well, lived in Mount Vernon, not too far, give it up, not too far from here. Bronx, I'm also told repeatedly by my friends in the Bronx, is the birthplace of hip hop, right? Heavily inspired by Caribbean influences, right? Jamaican immigrant DJ Kool, widely credited as the founder of hip hop. I won't get into the debate as to who exactly is the founder or what year or what day, but for tonight's purposes, yes, hip hop in the Bronx, we celebrate it. Everywhere we look, Caribbean heritage influences all aspects of our American culture, not just in the Bronx, not just in New York City, not just in New York State, but across our nation. But let's give it up for the Bronx this evening, right? Okay. It's also a broader reminder, I think, for all of us in the context of the larger discussions going on these days about the very positive impact and contributions of all of our immigrant communities. There's so much in terms of rhetoric and in terms of policies that are anti-immigrant. Certainly, I do not like what we're hearing out of Washington. So now more than ever, we as New Yorkers must stand together, must continue to celebrate and lift up all of our immigrant communities, stand up against the attacks that are out there. My roots are immigrant roots as well. 3 of my 4 grandparents were born overseas in Italy, came to this country, came to New York City, came to Brooklyn, not the Bronx, came to Brooklyn. It's okay, we like Brooklyn too. And then moved out to Long Island where I was born. But I am always reminded each and every day what this country has meant to us. My grandparents came here literally with nothing but hope and faith, and this was the place of opportunity. Their dreams were born right here. And where would we be without every wave of immigrant group that has come here and made us stronger and made us better? So I am very proud to stand with all of our immigrants, Caribbean Americans, all the immigrant communities. We all need to be building bridges, not building walls. That's what New York is about. That's what America should be about as well, right? So without repeating it too many more times, Caribbean Americans have helped to create a stronger, more vibrant, and more diverse New York. So we really do want to take the opportunity to recognize Caribbean leaders and organizations whose service have made a lasting impact on our city and our state. And we have some very outstanding individuals we are honoring this evening. So I'm going to call them up one at a time and tell you a little bit about each of them. And we have these nice proclamations that we're going to present to them. They will each have an opportunity to share a little bit about their story and about what's in their hearts and what's in their minds. And I'd first like to call forward a very valued colleague in government, someone who traveled here all the way from Brooklyn to get here to be with us. I'm very proud to call forward the Honorable Rita Joseph, member of the New York City Council. Born in Haiti and arriving in the U.S. in her youth, you're still youthful, Rita graduated from Sarah J. Hale High School in Brooklyn and went on to earn dual master's degrees in general and special education from Touro College. Rita worked as a public school teacher for over 2 decades. That's a great calling, right? Developing a deep commitment to her students and the value of public education before being elected to represent District 40 in the New York City Council in 2021. Councilmember Joseph has passionately advocated for a community since founding Haitian Enforcement Against Racism as a teenager, and then serving as chair of the Neighborhood Advisory Board and chair of the City Council's Committee on Education. That's where I've really gotten to watch Rita Joseph in action. She has been such an advocate for our children, for our teaching professionals as well. Nobody better to lead the Education Committee than Councilmember Joseph, fighting to improve our public schools, also fighting on issues like affordable housing and speaking to the need for real criminal and social justice reform. Rita, you are a valued colleague. You've been a good friend, been very supportive of all of our efforts. And I know you spend a lot of time giving other people citations and proclamations. You are overdue to get one from us. So thank you so much for agreeing to have us honor you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Councilmember Rita Joseph, hailing from the mighty borough of Brooklyn. I know I would find some Brooklyn folks in here. But what a fitting place to do this event, in a book place. I'm an educator, 2 decades. This is so, and when we talk about public safety, this is part of public safety. So thank you for this so much. And I have to come back and visit, and I will come back and read to a group of kids if you invite me. But the story is simple here. I came here at 1.5 years with my grandparents from Haiti. I was their American dream, and that was it. And I came here and I traveled, went to school, grew up, have boys. I have 4 boys, and they are the American dream. And I had a grandmother who raised me, and every time I talk about this, this is amazing. She could only sign her name. She had a 4th grade education. And today I stand on her shoulders, the community that raised me. So I don't take none of this for granted. That's why I always give back. I fight back for our New York City students. I lead that committee with so much passion, with love. And so it's always an honor. Thank you, Comptroller DiNapoli, my colleagues, Phil Taitt, who is my mentee, and today you're getting honored on the same day. This is amazing. That's how I pour back into young people. And then they turn around and make sure that they're doing. The honorees too that's in this category, congratulations. Thank you for all that you do. My colleagues in education, labor, and all of you, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for supporting me, checking in on me, making sure I'm doing self-care, because this is a lot of work to manage, to have oversight over the largest school system in the country. It's a lot of work, but I'm doing it with a lot of grace, with a lot of love from you and a lot of compassion. But we're almost close to that budget. Almost a couple of days. Sunday, I might have to go in and do a fist bump with the mayor. So we're almost close, and then vote on this amazing budget that we've been fighting for, investments in housing, mental health, young people, our older adults. My mother is 90 years old. She had me late. So I also find that intergenerational connection. I'm stuck kind of like in a sandwich generation because I'm my mom's caregiver, and then I still have a 14-year-old. I'm also a foster mom who fights really hard for foster youth. I have a bill that's going to get voted on to give young people in foster care luggage, because when they come to you with black plastic bags. I'm changing that. So that means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
Could you feel the passion in her heart? Give Rita Joseph another round of applause. We're so fortunate to have her on the City Council. We've been talking a lot about education. Another great champion for education has joined us, our former school's chancellor, Dr. Misha Ross Porter is here. Give her a round of applause. There she is. Oh, that was great. Now, I'm very privileged to call forward. We're going to stick with our education theme. Rose Graham, CSA Black Caucus member. Give it up for Rose. A proud native of Jamaica, Rose began her educational career in 1992 as a paraprofessional with the New York City Department of Education and rose through the ranks over the years, working as a teacher, literacy specialist, and assistant principal of PS 399 in Brooklyn. Give it up for PS 399 in Brooklyn, while earning 2 master's degrees from Brooklyn College before assuming her current role as Director of Community Affairs and District Attendance Coordinator for Community School District 17. Rose has been an active leader in the community, including serving as treasurer of the CSA Black Caucus and give it up for the CSA Black Caucus, and political liaison for District 17, as well as volunteering for many, many groups. Rose was recognized as a 2020 COVID-19 hero by the Brooklyn Borough President for going above and beyond during the pandemic. Thank you for helping to get us through that incredibly challenging time. Rose, I congratulate you and applaud you on all of your great achievements, and I join with all the people gathered here in honoring you this evening.
Right. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I am so humbled and honored to be here today as a Caribbean Queen Sister. I see all my Caribbean queens. I applaud you. I just really want to shout out my CSA family. I'm very unions oriented. So CSA, that's the Council of Supervisors and Administrators. So a shout out to you, my friend, former Chancellor, Ms. Porter. And of course, my sister, my friend. I am so happy to share space with you today, to be honored with you in the same place, same space, same time. I am truly humbled. So I am deeply humbled and honored to have been recognized during Caribbean Heritage Month as a proud Caribbean sister. This acknowledgement means the world to me, not just personally, but as a celebration of the vibrant culture, resilience, and contributions of our Caribbean community. I thank you for shining a light on our heritage today, Mr. DiNapoli, and for your continued support of diversity and inclusion. I carry this honor with immense pride and gratitude. With heartfelt thanks, I thank you.
Give it up again for Rose Graham. Thank you so much. Now I'd like to call forward a dynamic duo, Juliet and Justine Masters, co-owners of the Edge in Harlem. They really are sisters. Born in New York to parents of Jamaican and British heritage, Juliet and Justine spent time in Kingston, Jamaica, and the United Kingdom as children, learning to love the food of both cultures, before opening their Edgecombe Avenue restaurant in 2014 to serve Jamaican British food in a classic Harlem building, turning the Edge Harlem into a beloved neighborhood spot. And I've been there, right?
Yes.
You know it, I was there. The sisters have combined their talents at the restaurant, with Juliet serving as chef and creating delicious dishes such as jerk chicken and coconut fish burger. I should have tried the coconut fish burger. I like coconut and fish. Next time. While Justine has used her background in fashion and music to create a welcoming ambiance and world music sound, enabling the Edge Harlem to thrive even during the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, we heard so much about our small businesses, especially restaurants and gathering places that did not survive COVID. They opened in 2014. They're still going strong. I was there, the local clientele, people coming in, wanting to be there, just really feeling the great vibe there and enjoying the delicious food. So these are not only survivors, these are thrivers. These are people who have made a difference and creating that love of the culture expressed in food and in the welcoming atmosphere at their establishment. It really is incredible. So to Julia and Justine, thank you for everything you do to be role models of how to succeed in business and provide a welcoming space for everyone, nourishment for the body and the soul as well. We congratulate you for all of your successes. We are so pleased to honor you this evening.
Thank you. I think Comptroller DiNapoli said it, everything, that you really did a great job. Thank you, everyone. We're really honored to be here. We are honoring our Caribbean side of our family. Our grandparents arrived here in the South Bronx and opened a pharmacy in the early 50s. So we are carrying on those roots, and we've opened our restaurant, The Edge, 11 years ago almost. We survived the pandemic. We're still going, and we're sisterpreneurs. We still love each other. Yeah. We still work with each other, and we have opened a second restaurant in East Harlem. That's called The Good Good. That's the other name on there. And yeah, we basically honor our Caribbean roots, but just provide space of places for people to nourish themselves, connect. Create. It's, you know, and those places are important as well.
Yes. I would like to thank Comptroller DiNapoli for having us, and also thank our dear friend Erin for probably putting us up for this honor, and Danielle as well for getting us here. Yeah, give them a round of applause. Sisterhood. I want to thank our Pansy grandma, who's my father's mother, for making us drink Surrey tea and taking us to church in Kingston and instilling all kind of beautiful values into Juliet and I when we were young girls. Sorry she's not here today to see this. And we want to thank our community in Harlem, uptown, for keeping us alive through a pandemic and for supporting us. Being a restaurateur is not an easy thing, and we get a lot of love and support from our community, and that's what keeps us going. We're very honored. This is our first plaque and speech ever in 10 years of doing this. So thank you so much. And to the beautiful honorees, congratulations. It's a pleasure to stand beside you all tonight. Thank you. Yeah.
I just said to Juliet and Justine, I will come for the coconut fish. And no pressure, but I look forward to our proclamation being on the wall in the restaurant when we walk in a place of honor. Speaking of food, we are joined by one of the neighbors here at the market, Norman Bowen, CEO of Juicy Patties. Thank you for being here. Well, we had a sisters team. Now we have another really great team, a very familiar group of individuals who we really are so pleased with their busy schedules that we could get the three of them here together at the same time. So what a privilege to call forward the Channel 7 News team, Marvin Hoffman, Sean O'Halloran, and Phil Taitt. Give them a round of applause. Well, you can come forward. They were shy for a moment. I don't believe it. That's not what we expect from folks in the news, right? The Channel 7 News team shares a Caribbean background with cameraman Marvin Hoffman of Jamaican descent, photojournalist Sean O'Halloran with family from Guyana, and reporter Phil Taitt with roots in Barbados. How about a round of applause for all those representations there? The Channel 7 News team has joined together to form a powerhouse trio behind and in front of the camera, bringing Caribbean excellence, perspective, and storytelling to Channel 7. This trio's work has helped WABC win multiple Emmys, including the prestigious award for News Excellence. That deserves a round of applause, right? And they've given a voice to New York's Caribbean American community, spotlighting important issues such as housing, political involvement, gun violence, social justice, so many other issues and causes. So to Marvin, Sean, and Phil, really, I congratulate you on your impactful work. Thank you for looking out for the community that you care about and really using your medium to make a difference for all of us. How about a round of applause for the Channel 7 News team?
Good evening, everyone. Phil's always talking, so I'm going to do all the talking tonight. We'll let him speak afterward. My name is Marvin Hoffman. Jamaican roots, Jamaican descent. Yardman, blessed love. This is an absolute proud moment. When Danielle called, when you called, and I was like, Mr. DiNapoli wants to recognize you guys. I was like, what? But it's really an honor, and thank you very much for doing this. This is our proclamation. This is our first, at least my first. I don't know where we're gonna put it. If we're gonna put it at home or put it in the news truck, we gotta figure that out. But this is a really absolute proud moment. My family's here, my wife Theresia, Miles, Nathan, and Sydney, my kids. And And this is such a great moment because they get to see Dad being recognized along with my fellow coworkers that I tremendously love and appreciate, because you don't always get a great team to work with, believe it or not, in the news business. So we've been together now, Phil, over a year, Sean a little bit longer, but we've recognized that we have to be honest with each other, and we kind of tell each other the truth every day sometimes when it hurts. But it's a moment that you realize that when you're with someone, this recognition is not just that Phil who is on television every day, people see his face, but is recognizing that when we all work together, it's a teamwork. And he recognizes it. And I told him this morning that I appreciate him for recognizing it, because a lot of times in television, you get to see the faces in front of the cameras. You don't get to see the editors and the writers and the producers and the photographers who put this all together every day, and we grind and we make it happen. So to have him be recognized and all of us to be recognized as a team is very important. And we appreciate, Danielle, for you all and Mr. DiNapoli for making this happen. We thank you. Another thing that I must say is that I stand before you as now a 50-year-old man, but I was the 15-year-old kid in the Bronx, Truman High School, when I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time, and I kind of stumbled on television. Friends wanted to hang out in the TV studio. They said they wanted to go put on skits and some acting, and I said, all right, let's go. I went over there and I didn't act once. I saw the cameras. The gentleman working in Kevin at the time introduced me to the camera, brought me over, and I literally fell in love with the cameras and photography. So I say this to not only my kids who are here, or any young kids or adults, anyone listening. Whenever you fall in love with something, or you might just stumble on falling in love with something, allow yourself to love it, allow yourself to fall in love with it, and allow yourself to take a chance. I took a chance, didn't know what it was, and I couldn't stop thinking about it that night. From that night on, and I'm still, after 22 years, almost 30 years in this business, I still love it. Rain, sleet, snow, shine, whatever it is. I enjoy photography and I love what I do. And I don't want to take all the time, even though I could. But thank you very much, Mr. DiNapoli, for making this happen. I appreciate you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sean O'Halloran. I'm half Guyanese and half Irish. I'm from the Bronx, but my partners would say I'm from Bronxville, but went home to the Bronx. Raised up in Orange County a little bit. I was one of 2 Guyanese families in the whole school, so I just want to thank everybody here today for being so welcoming, because I didn't get to learn too much about my Caribbean roots until later in life, and especially working with these guys who welcomed me in and taught me about myself. So it's really important for me that I get to work with them and do the stories that we do, because I got to learn a lot about me and my history and my family. So thank you, State Comptroller, for having us, and we really appreciate it.
Such tough speeches to follow, right? Oh man, good evening, everyone. Oh, that was weak. Good evening, everyone. There we go. First off, just so thankful to the New York State Comptroller for just allowing us to just receive this incredible honor. It is truly just so special. And I think what's so special about this award is that I get to really sorry if I got emotional, I get to celebrate this accomplishment with 2 people who I do not consider colleagues, but I consider true family. And, coming to Channel 7 a year ago has been this incredible journey. I started on News 12, where I, really got my start. It's one thing to grow up and, to want to see your name in big lights, or to feel like you want to make an impact. And, you get older and you realize you can help people, and that you can really make a difference and make a change, and that you can, someone's day can be altered all by, a minute and 15 report, and that you have this powerful stage each and every day as a Caribbean man, as a Black man. And it is a great responsibility. I say thank you all to the many people who see us in the streets, to those who reach out even on social media. I say thank you, but I also say I am so privileged and just so humbled to stand next to these great men that you see beside me today. Because yes, you might see me on television, but I am truly better because of them. And I think it's one thing to, want to do great things, but if you don't have a great team that's not behind you but works alongside you, then what is this all for? And, I'm just going to tell this one story. I remember it was my first or second day at Channel 7, and it was, some really, really bad flooding weather that we had to go cover. It was in New Jersey. And starting a new job, it can be frustrating. It could, you're trying to prove yourself. You're trying to, act like you know what you're doing, and you need the help of other people just to show you the ropes. And we were in Lodi, New Jersey, and there was this really, really bad flood. And I thought I was cute wearing my nice little Chelsea boots to the flood. And the water was rising so fast and so quickly. And we were going to go live. And I said, I can't do this because my feet are going to get wet. I said, this is not going to be good. And Marvin literally took the boots off his feet and said, wear these boots. And he ran back to the truck and got another pair of boots. And to me, that really just showed me very early on that the Lord will truly encamp people around you to be able to be set up when you are going through different waters in life and when you might feel like you're drowning or when you're trying to catch your breath. So I truly say thank you, Marvin. I thank you, Sean. You guys mean a lot more to me than you guys think you do. But you all are my family. I appreciate you, and I run behind you guys the same exact way. It is a pleasure to be in community with you guys tonight. Thank you so much just for spending some time with us. Congratulations to the other honorees. Thank you.
Give that incredible trio another round of applause, the Channel 7 News team. Marvin, did Phil give your shoes back, by the way? Because you're wearing awfully nice shoes tonight, so maybe I'll trade you. I don't know. Mine are a little stodgy, but give them another round of applause. That was wonderful. So important to mention teamwork. And I do want to acknowledge a former member of the Controller's Office team who joins us, was part of our InterGov team and a good friend to us. I'm so glad she joined us. Camille Hastick is here. She's with the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce now. Give Camille a round of applause. Her dad, Dr. Roy Hastick, was one of our first honorees for Caribbean Heritage. And many of you remember Roy Hastick was the founder of the Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce and a legend in Brooklyn and beyond. And say a special prayer for Camille's wonderful mom who's going through a tough time right now. Camille, thanks for being with us. Give her a round of applause. Well, a better round of applause than that. So we're going to wrap up, but this is like the fun part that I like to do whenever we can at these events. Now, we do a lot of things in the Controller's Office on budgets and finances and the pension fund and investment and all that other work. But the fun part is when we find lost money for people and organizations, unclaimed funds. We encourage everybody to go to our website, see if your name is in our database. And so far this year, we've actually returned over $300 million to New Yorkers with more to go. So, these are old bank accounts, checks that weren't cashed under the laws, financial institutions when certain accounts are dormant or seem to be what they call abandoned property. It's turned over to the state for safekeeping until we find the rightful owners or they find us. So if someone would help hand these to me, that would be great. First, I'd like to call Sean O'Halloran forward together once, to join us again, together up here. I know we got to make him work, even though he's got a little challenge there. But Sean, we found $143.45 for you. We made him work for that. And of course, after those beautiful and emotional comments from the three of them, I'm sure he's going to split it three ways. I don't have any doubt about it. Phil's going to spend it on shoes. I know that. Well, we also have money in unclaimed fund accounts for organizations. And this is a nice one. So I'd like to call forward a very respected spiritual leader in the community, Father Pierre-Andre Duvert of St. Luke's Church. Please come forward, Father. So, sometimes people say, oh, I don't want to waste the time. I don't know, unclaimed funds, maybe it's $5, I always tell folks, most of the recoveries, especially for individuals, usually are $50 to $100. Sometimes it's a lot more. You saw $143. But for organizations particularly, we often find money that we know will make a difference. And certainly I know St. Luke's is a wonderful spiritual community. And Father, your check's a little bigger than Sean's. How about $30,000, $379?
Let me say a few words. First of all, about St. Luke's. St. Luke's is the largest Anglican Episcopal congregation in the Diocese of New York. And the Diocese of New York has about 178 churches from Ulster County to Staten Island. And we are mostly Caribbean church, mostly Jamaican and church, but we also have members from all the Caribbean islands, including Guyana. I know Guyana is not an island, but including Guyana. We also have members from Liberia, Nigeria, and Ghana. This is a blessing. And each day that we wake up, it's a blessing. But there are those special blessings also that the Lord bestows on us. And one thing we need to realize is that those blessings are bestowed on us so that we can bless others. We are living in a society where we see a tendency for everyone to look out for himself or herself. And especially the fights that we see in Washington is a fight for folks to find what they can do for themselves, and also for those who look like them, speak like them, or the wealthy. And the blessings that we have is to bless especially those who have no one to stand for them. St. Luke is known as a place who stands out in the community to care especially for those in need. There is a Negro spiritual from which we have those words. If I can help somebody as I travel along, then my living shall not be in vain. It's not about how much we have in our bank account. It's not about how many degrees we have behind our names and what family background, but it's how we touch lives as we travel along. We're here for just a moment, if you really think about it. We're here today, we don't know about tomorrow, but we need to make each day impactful, each hour impactful, and use the blessings bestowed on us to bless others, especially the least among us. If we do so, then our living shall never be in vain. Thank you.
God is good. That was great. Thank you so much, Father DeVere. We'll have to come by to one of your services, because if that's just a sample of your preaching, I want to hear more. Give it up for St. Luke's and all the great work that they do. Thank you all again for joining us. Thanks again to Sulma Arzu-Brown for hosting us. Give Sulma another round of applause, please. And there's still some food and some drink there. We had wonderful honorees. Again, I want to thank Erica Martinez, owner of Caucus Fusion, for those refreshments. Give her another round of applause. And our DJ, Super J, as well. And just thank you all for being with us. I know we started a little later, but the place filled up, a great crowd. Thanks to my team for really organizing this so beautifully. and it was wonderful to be in the Bronx. So enjoy. Thank you all. Thank you.